Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So, in the most recent official Bandai tournament that was held on March 14th, we topped another national level event. What do we do it with? What I feel really bad about playing, Rookie Rush. Let's get into this. Alright, so for those of you that follow the channel regularly, you know that I have a progression series where I spend $20 a week on product, and that's what I use to build a deck with, and every week we progress, trying to open packs. It's essentially a sealed format, and this is what I had to resort to playing, because when I initially signed up for the event, I was going in planning on playing Red Omnimon, hopefully an Alter S if I could get my hands on one before the event, because product dropped on Friday and the event started on Sunday, so I was scrambling to get some awesome 1.5 stuff. And then when I went to submit my deck list, they said no 1.5 cards were allowed. So me being really bitter about it and not getting to play the deck that I've been super excited to play for months and months, I couldn't play anymore. So instead of going back and reassembling my Omnimon for 1.0 or Red Omnimon, because that's what I was playing for the progression series at that point, I said, no, I'm just going to play Rookie Rush. I played it at locals because my locals the Thursday beforehand had no Omnimon allowed. So I couldn't play it then either. So I had to assemble some deck, and the only other deck I can build that I have the cards for currently, besides Omnimon, was Rookie Rush. So that's what we did. We played Rookie Rush. And then I had to play it again because the deck was basically assembled. I made a few tweaks, and that's what we're going to get into. I do want to also say what my matches were, and first round was against Blue Omnimon. We 2-0'd, or no, it was against Purple. We 2-0'd Purple. Second round was Blue Omnimon. We 2-0'd them. Third round, we lost against a Blue Omni, but it was unfortunate. We bricked really hard, which is really interesting to do in a Rookie Rush since you have pretty much all rookies. Basically, I only have like a couple level 4s in this deck, less than 10 easy, and that's all I drew. I couldn't draw rookies. I mean, how does that happen? I was drawing things like Hammer Spark and Flower Cannon, and I wouldn't draw rookies. And so, for 2 games in a row, and so we lost the third round. Fourth round, again, more Blue Omni. 2-0'd it was a green player, which that was pretty interesting. Round 7 irritated me. So at this point, it was a long day, right? I mean, 7 rounds. You're looking at like hour 7 into this tournament. I was worn out. It was a long day, and my opponent had me cut in half and then put the top 5 cards to the bottom of my deck for how I cut it. And in my tired brain, we're going into game 3 here. 1-1, next game wins, and I didn't put my security out. My brain registered that top 5 that I counted out as my security, and the next top 5 was my hand. And so I put the deck up and then started playing again because I was going first, and I didn't realize that my security wasn't out yet because of the way that my opponent had me cut my deck. So super unfortunate. The next game we did manage to win. It was against a blue-yellow combination deck. It was all level 3 and level 4 blue, and then all level 5s and level 6 yellows. Super cool deck. We did manage to blow them out. Well, not blow them out. We took it to game 3, and it literally took 2 Puppet Mons back-to-back to win that one. All right, let's get into this deck profile. It is a little different. Okay, a lot of Rookie Rushes right now are pretty similar for 1.0. It'll change very little in 1.5. Stuff like Vmon with jamming, that'll be a more priority target for a couple of these cards instead. But overall, the deck stays very similar. It is a little different from other people's builds, so that's why I'm going to kind of go over it a little bit here. I'll be relatively quick for most of it, as quick as I can. We got the 4 Upamon. I didn't want to go 5 eggs. Rookie Rush is fast, okay? The goal is to win by like turn 4 at the latest, because You wait any longer than that, and your opponent has a chance to build up, and they get into their bigger stuff, and they can really start just controlling the game at that point. So you have to win before that. So we only want to have Upamon. We never want to have Wanyamon out there at all. We only want Upamon. Also, because this deck doesn't have a whole lot of draw power, we don't do a whole lot of Digivolving, and we only have stuff like Gabumon for the free draw there. So the Upamon is our only other really good, reliable way of getting some extra draws in. So we go with the Upamon for that. Next up, we've got some 2-drops here. We have the Electmon as well as the Gomamon down here. As at 4-ofs, you're just looking for those 2-drops. 2-drops are like the king in this. 2-drop, 0 evolution, super nice. We do also play the Armadillomon here. He is a 2-drop, 1 cost to evolve. You have enough blues in here that are 0 cost. You shouldn't really need to ever evolve with Armadillomon. It does happen. I had to do it at least twice, maybe 3 times yesterday. Going first, only play I had was Digivolve into Armadillomon and immediately pass it to my opponent's turn before I could get a second rookie on field. That sucks. It does happen, but it's better than nothing. I will say this 4K DP is actually a lot better than I gave it credit for initially. The primary, if you're just playing it for the 2 cost, awesome, okay, no drawback at all there. You're on par with these other 2-drops, but that 4K DP comes up way more often than you think it would. At that point, you're pretty much hitting over every rookie in the game that people are running in their decks, because no one's playing these 1-cost evolution, 2-cost drops in a normal deck. You only see these really in Rookie Rush. So hitting into security, and if it's ever a rookie and you do it with these guys, there's a good chance they could live. So there was plenty of times where these 4Ks came up and they lived. So very, very cool. Next, we have the Gabumon. Again, just looking for that draw power. We don't have a whole lot of evolving besides our Digi-Eggs here. That's only going to give us 4 draws right there over the course of 8 turns, right? Because you have to Digivolve 1 turn, raise the next. Digivolve the next turn, raise the following turn. So it takes a while to get that many draws. So having Gabumon for that draw effect is really powerful. The Gomamon here, we already discussed that 2-drop. I was running the Gomamon for the gain 1 memory at a 4-of, which is a lot more than a lot of other people run it. Some people don't run this at all. Some people only run it as 2 or 3. I ran it as a 4-of. Initially, I had Grizzlymon in the deck for that format where I was playing with where no Omnimon or Millenniummon was allowed. And I was thinking, okay, there's going to be a lot of Rookie Rush. A single blocker really slows down Rookie Rush. It puts it in check really, really fast. So I wanted just a couple Grizzlymon. I think I was running 3 Grizzlymon in that format, and having the Gomamon there, to go with it, and it didn't work all that well. It worked okay, but not as well as I would like, mainly because there wasn't enough Rookie Rush. I thought there would be more Rookie Rush in that tournament, and I don't think I went against one all night. So going into this format, I went ahead and upped the Gomamons, and I was only running 3 Gorillamons. I missed that Gorillamon, the 4th Gorillamon, so bad. So bad. So we definitely bumped the Gorillamon back up to the 4 from the 3, and really, really liked having it at 4. That 1-cost evolution on these 3Ks, or on top of your Gabumon for taking that 1K up to a 6K, because at that point, right, at 6K, you can really bully your opponent. They have a blocker out there, those 6K blockers. If they want to block Gorillamon, they have to sacrifice that blocker, which opens up your Rookie Rush for the following turns, round after round, where there's no blocker anymore. So if they want to block a Gorillamon, they got to really, really think hard on it. If they don't block the Gorillamon, I can immediately not attack with all my other rookies, and then spend round after round attacking with Gorillamon for free, essentially. And at 6K DP, he hits over all rookies. All rookies he's swinging over, including the 4Ks, all of it, okay? Several level 4s, like, this Leomon here as an example. Lots of 5K and 4K level 4s. So he's swinging over all of it, and that's really nice. And also he triggers our Gomamon. If he dies, we get that 1 memory. I really wanted to kind of capitalize on the level 4s with the Gomamon. If we're running 4 Gomamons, I really wanted to have a good amount of level 4s. So we also have the Leomon here at a 3-of. Initially, I had it at 2, and I kind of missed it. So I bumped it up to 3 this time when I dropped the Grizzlymon. So these were the 3 that I bumped up one extra when I dropped the 3 Grizzlymons. The Leomon put in a lot of work. Your opponent really has to think long and hard on if they want to out Leomon or not. And if he crashes into security, so you Digivolve into him, you draw a card, right? You attack, he dies in security, you gain that memory back that you used to Digivolve him. You check that security for free, which you planned on crashing a rookie into anyways. You planned on losing this Digimon. You didn't plan on it keeping anyways. So Digivolve, get a draw, get a security check, get all your memory back so it costs you nothing to do this. Really, really nice. As well as not even that bad when it does die or when it doesn't die. Awesome, I've got another swing left. Or my opponent, if he wants to remove it, delete it, or whatever, attack into it, clear the field, they got to worry about that 2 memory. And combine it with the Gomamon for the gain 1. Oh man, like that's 3 memory at that point. That really, really makes your opponent hesitate, especially because Rookie Rush is great at memory choking your opponent, putting them at 1 round after round after round, or maybe 2. So very, very awesome combination. I really like the Leomon. A lot of people don't really use the Leomon. Some people do the Gorillamon, and that's kind of it. I enjoy the Leomon with the combination of the Gomamon. Next up, of course, we got the 4 Hammer Sparks. The Hammer Sparks are pretty much mandatory. If you're playing blue, you better be playing 4 Hammer Spark. It's a blowout, especially because, like I said, you're great at putting your opponent at 1 memory, and hitting this in security instantly passes it back to you, which that's just more turns that I can swing freely with my rookies and crash them. Next up, we've got the two sets of 4 of our 2-drop rookies for green. The reason we play green is because primarily because of Flower Cannon. You're running 4 Flower Cannons here, and you need to be able to have greens on field to activate that option from your hand. Not only is it great because if they hit it in security, it suspends all their Digimon, so they can't attack you for a game unless they have like a blocker or something like that, or even if you're at whatever amount of security, it basically ends their turn essentially on attacking. Great card, but we need green also because if we want to hard play it, so your opponent has that blocker out there that's just been shutting you down for round after round. You don't want to lose your rookies for nothing. Being able to just hard play that Flower Cannon, suspend the rookie or suspend the blocker, and then all your rookies just get a push in for game. Really, really nice. Flower Cannon and green, work really well in this combination of a deck. Again, so we're running the 2 drops. The Digivolve cost does not matter at all. We're not playing any green eggs. Okay, we're not trying to be cheeky or anything like that. I don't think it's a good strategy. Just stick with the 4 Upamon for sure. But yeah, so 2 drop on these, no big deal. We've already Goblimon 3K. All right, that's just another 2 drop. The Mushroomon, same with Armadillomon. We're at that 4K. Same exact argument. Really nice having the 4K. We're swinging over pretty much all rookies. We also have the Vegemon here to evolve into. Again, we don't have a whole lot of draw power, so just a little bit of extra Digivolving for that extra draw. The 1 cost is so cheap, but honestly, there were several times where I hard played the Vegemon, and it wasn't that bad. At a 4 play cost for a 6K, super nice. Super, super awesome. I don't really mind playing it when I have to, or my opponent just gives me a whole lot of memory to work with. Sure, I'll hard play a Vegemon. That 6K, again, just like the Gorillamon, we're swinging over stuff. It makes your opponent really hesitate with those blockers. It bullies your opponent's blockers around, and that's what I love about these 6Ks. If I could play more of them, if there was another option besides the Leomon, I would probably do it, honestly. If there was, another level 4 that was a 1 cost 6K DP, I would probably run it instead of the Leomon. The Leomon is nice, but these 6Ks were way more impactful than the Leomon just because of the blocker situation, and which is what kills this deck so bad. Also, I forgot to mention with the 6Ks, Volcanic doesn't touch them, okay? Volcanic is only dropping 4K and lower, so if you can make sure to if you have the option to Digivolve something weak into something stronger, do it. Also, make sure you manage which one you're Digivolving onto. Don't just slap it down on the closest one to your hand. Make sure you pick the one with the lowest DP, because it's pretty important to go to over this 3K than it is a 4K. The 4K has an okay chance of swinging over some things that could be in security. The 3K, much less so. Because, again, most rookies are going to match this 3K. So that one extra 1,000 DP right here does make a difference. So slapping Vegemon down on Goblymon makes way more sense. Flower Cannon, we already explained, super powerful card. The last one we have in the deck was the Puppetmon. A lot of people go 4 of in the deck for Puppetmon, and I completely agree. Only reason I played 3 is because of the progression series. We have only ever pulled 3 Puppetmon, and I just, in normal situations, I never planned on playing Rookie Rush before, so I never bothered trying to collect one or collect that last copy. And it really actually did matter that we needed that 4th copy. It came like a couple of those games, particularly against the 3rd round that I lost against that blue Omnimon player. If I had just drawed into a single Puppetmon, I would have won. It was that like cut and dry. A single Puppetmon, and I would have won. But out of the 3 that I had in my deck, I went through half the deck and didn't get into one Puppetmon after going through half my deck. None in security. Yeah, it was just, I mean, the mathematical chances of that happening, a 3 of in a 50-card deck, and you draw half the deck, and you still don't draw it, it just doesn't make any sense. But that's what happens. I wish I had played the 4th. I wish I had the 4th. The only thing I think would have changed is either drop the Leomon down to 2 copies or drop this Gomamon down to 3 copies. Like the Leomon, I can Digivolve this on top of other things. You know, any of these others, not a big deal, okay? It's just a nice little bonus when you can do it on top of the Gomamon. Alright, same with the Gorillamon. It's nice when you can do it, but it's by no means any part of the strategy at all. So dropping the Gomamon down to 3 copies and upping the Puppetmon to 4, perfect. Every bit of it perfect. Felt so good. Nothing about this deck ever felt like a waste, okay? It was, the only time I ever had an issue was the variance. The variance just killed me in that 3rd match. And then in the 7th match, I feel like really we would have won that 3rd round, the 3rd game, but getting that DQ because I didn't set my security out, what a bummer. I really, really feel like I could have honestly and truly taken this event completely undefeated with this deck as it was. But again, just absurd variance, not drawing into the Puppetmon on that 3rd game, and then just being an idiot and forgetting to put my security out in the 7th round. And yeah, literally the deck itself performed great. I feel like I piloted it perfect. The only thing I still haven't figured out is if I like going 1st or 2nd. Mainly because going 1st, usually you get a Digivolve 1 in the raising area, and then hard playing a 2nd, like a 2 cost, and then that's it, and then you pass your turn. You do typically get to attack 1st, which is nice, but you're only getting attack with those 2. Now, if you switch the roles and you go 2nd, and say they give you 1 memory or 2 memory, oh man, if they give you 2 memory, you can, Digivolve once in the raising area, and then like hard play 2 rookies at that point, and that's 3 attacks, and then that's a 2-turn clock. 3 attacks is essentially a 2-turn clock at that point that you can beat your opponent in. Going 1st, the best you can hope for is a 3-turn clock. So kind of made sense to go 2nd, but at the same time that gives them 2 turns to get a blocker out, and that's the trade-off: is 1 turn to get a blocker out or 2 turns to get a blocker out to stop you. And that's the gamble, essentially, is you can put them on a 2-turn clock if they don't have a blocker, or a 3-turn clock, but, you know, it's more chances. You see what I mean, okay? It's just luck of the draw, honestly, at that point, if they get a blocker or not, or if they're smart enough to play the blocker in time, also is a pretty big factor. If you go 1st and they go 2nd, if they Digivolve the blocker in the raising area instead of hard playing it, that's a free round that you're about to get those 2 attacks in, which is pretty good. All right, and that's the deck. Again, top 16 in this event. I really feel like we could have taken it. It would have been awesome. That is a 2nd. That is the number 2 within a month, I think. A month, maybe just a little over a month. 2 national level event tops. Feeling really good. I'm enjoying the crap out of this game. It is a lot of fun. I cannot wait to keep playing it. Keep playing in these big events, and hopefully I'll have another topping deck profile for you guys within a month. All right, that's the dream, right? Fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, as well as subscribe if you haven't already. If you enjoy this type of content, I try to put it out as much as possible, so definitely subscribe. Also, if you really enjoyed the content, check out my Patreon. I have a link in the description below for it. You can get access to my Discord server, as well as if you're a Dragon Village Inn fan, account takeovers where I help you out with your account. If you're a Digimon fan, I've got monthly giveaway, well, not even giveaways, I've got monthly merch that's specific to Patreon, stuff like memory counters, custom made. This is the baby form of Vmon here. There's going to be more in the works also, so lots of memory counters, all kinds of awesome Digimon merch. So definitely check out that tier, and if you're just all out crazy, there's other tiers if you're that dedicated. As well as check out my Teespring. I've got awesome merch there, you know, official Battle Ready Ink merch. Awesome phone cases for you Digimon fans out there. They've got them for iPhones as well as Samsungs. So they are super sweet. If you've seen the last Digimon movie, that's where these are from. I had a friend of mine custom make these so that way they fit perfectly on these phone cases. They look super good. So definitely check those out. But at the end of the day, if you can't do any of that, just like I said, like the video. That helps a ton. And subscribe. It doesn't hurt, but it helps me. So that's what's the real benefit. And as always, I'll see you next time.